The Alliance for Change AFC, following a leadership retreat last Sunday, reportedly reviewed the party's performance and discussed a number of issues of concern to the party, one of which had to do with the opinion that the government was encountering difficulties following revelations arising out of the appointment of the advisor on business development and the issues surrounding the appointment. The FC, which makes up the smaller half of the coalition, is of the view that the difficulties have their roots in the concentration of the powers in the office of the Cabinet Secretary, the Minister of State in the Ministry of the Presidency, and the effective head of Presidential Secretariat in a single person. Guyana's Prime Minister Moses NAGAMOOTOO, who hails from the Alliance for Change AFC in the coalition government, is subscribing that Minister of State Joseph Harmon is an honest person and there is no question about his integrity. However, like his party, NAGAMOOTOO wants to see the Minister of State with less power.
We're talking about responsibilities, how to diffuse and share responsibilities so that it may not be too cumbersome on one person to handle and juggle many portfolios.
It would be surprising after 2 months that people feel that the duties have been misused or they need to be trimmed. So I have to wait to find out from our colleagues what they actually mean, but as far as I am concerned, there is no overburdening of the ministry, and I don't see what powers they mean to reduce. So
Harmon's post is being seen as that of a super minister.
Therefore, one has to look whether the HPS, the head of the Presidential Secretariat, would assume the restricted function of head of the Presidential Secretariat. Now you have the Ministry of the Presidency. So you have three set of responsibilities, and this has nothing to do with an indictment of anyone, or in particular Minister Harmon.
He's also Cabinet Secretary, but I don't think that it is so burdensome that he cannot take all three responsibilities.
The Prime Minister on that Harmon and Tawari saga feels that Tawari is being put on trial without just cause.
I think that some hysteria has been drawn into this thing, and it carries with it some type of political witch hunting. And I'm not the one who go after people's head. I'm not a witch hunter.
It is the very APNU and AFC, while in opposition, that heavily criticized Tawari and the quality of work carried out by his firm under the past administration. Tawari and his company also came in for a bashing from the then opposition for giving support to the PPPC administration. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.